Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book addict. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. Today's video is going to be a book review on The Alpha Drive by Kristen Martin. First, the summary. This book takes place in the year 2055, where technology has not advanced in 28 years, and there's a girl named Emery Parker, who we're following in this story. Obviously, Stephanie. She lives in this world, but she doesn't know that the life she's living is not actually real, but she's in dormant, which is pretty much like the world's in a coma. Not the whole world, but the majority of the world's in a coma, and the life they're living is like coma-induced. Does that make sense? I hope so. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because holy crap, this book takes a lot of twists and lots of turns and things you're just not like, when you think you know what's going on, it like kind of, you know, like it's good like that. I love it. One thing before anything else is it's a mix between like contemporary dystopian slash some random thing in genres, and I loved it. I really stinking loved it. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. The only reason why I didn't give it like a 5 out of 5, because I really did like love the plot, I loved everything, is I felt like the book just needed to be longer, but at the same time I also feel like I could be wrong, because obviously I'm not the author and I don't know, but it feels like this book is more like a setup for what's gonna happen in the next and the third books, obviously. But like, you know, when you read a series and like, let's say here's the first book, you read the second book, it's like, it's good, but there's just so much stuff going on, and then you get to the third, and really the second book was a bridge between the first and the third. Like, you know, you always need that. I feel like this was like the start of a bridge. Like, this is like instead of a bridge, this is just the start, you know? It's just something to, there's just so much that happens, and if you read this, when you read the first like thing, you'll understand what I'm trying to say, just because of like things that happen. I just felt like it needed to be longer. If it was longer, there would have been a little bit more character development. There would have been a little bit more like world development. Although the world's pretty developed, there was just a couple of things that it could have just been like, it just would have benefited from it. And I feel that also Emery, even though like she was very realistic, she was that realistic that I can't stand in a slightly way, but I also really did like her as a character. She was just gullible. That's it. She was just very easy and gullible, and that like kind of annoyed me. Other than that though, she's awesome. I love the plot. I love the twists and turns that it takes. I love the pacing of the book. I just thought it was so good. The only thing I wish is that it would have been longer. This would have just, it would have just benefited from it so much. But I do feel that Kristen did such a great job bringing this like unique world. It's like very, I mean, I know I've seen The Matrix like once or twice in my life when I was much younger, and it gave me that kind of like feel. And there was just something about like, as I was reading it, it reminded me of like a hero movie. Not that it is, but it's just something about that like reminded me the feeling of that. You guys know I talk about the feels books gives me a lot, but it was just so good and so exciting, and it was just gripping, and you're just like, what's happening? And it's amazing, and it's only gonna get better from here. Like, I cannot wait to dive into the second book. I highly recommend this. Again, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. There's only a couple of things I need to talk about that are spoilery, so if you have not read this, go pick it up. I'll make sure to leave any links down below for the author, because she has a YouTube channel as well. All of that I'll link down below. But if you haven't read it, goodbye. And if you've read it, hello. There's literally one thing I want to mention, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this book, and I like, it's one of those things where I can't just like sit and talk about everything, because the one thing that stuck out in my head is what the freak is really going on. Like, at the end, Emery does the whole thing and like does whatever to their bodies, you know, like Theo and all the others, and then at the end the guy's like, oh, it's really just begun, we just need to get her on our side. And it's like the, not president, what was the guy's name? Sorry, I already forgot his name. The commander President Novak, sorry. President Novak like set all this up. The colleagues were Theo and stuff, like he didn't trust them, remember, like throughout the whole thing, him. And now they're gone, but he has the ring. What the does that ring signify? Like her mother had it. And also the people that are in, like the guy that's in charge of the seventh seals, at 7 S's, okay? That's what they call him. But like that guy is I think that's her dad, and I'm just like, what's really going on? Like, who's really the bad one? Who's really the good one? I don't know, but I seriously, like, that's the only thing. Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Like, that's all I got left in with my head is, what the hell? What the hell's happening? So, yes, I absolutely love this book. It's so much fun. And comment down below what you thought about it if once you've read it, obviously. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.